How's it going? I'm here. Everyone's here. So, yeah, let's do some more Mass Effect. I'm pretty. Don't don't oversell it, Matt. Jeez. No, I'm very excited. There was some discourse in my in the Discord group I'm in about Ashley, so I'm ready to talk to some people. But for now, let's do one of these quick here. I'm getting distracted by the preview on the screen over here. And let's just make our chat a little bigger. So, just a little house cleaning. Last time, if you missed it, all we really did is we did like the opening Citadel stuff, which is a lot. Honestly, it's quite a bit of stuff. But we did all that, and then we made our way to the ship, and we just kind of called it quits there. So until I kind of want the people that want to see this dialogue, I want them to be here before I start doing stuff. So right now I'm just going to talk to the requisitions guy. Do that.
Looking for supplies?
If you're in here, just say hi.
How often will you get new items?
Well, that depends on how many licenses you've purchased. But I'll rotate items on a regular basis regardless. And anytime we land someplace with a big enough port, I'll buy, sell, and trade whatever I can. Check back often. I need to move items quickly, so only the most basic items will be stocked consistently.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Alright. Oh yeah, I still have no money. Gotta figure out how to classify stuff as junk. Alright, so number one fan on Twitch and in life. My beautiful wife. Hello. What's up, babe? How's the dining room? I'm just trying to figure out what to sell. I don't know if I have enough stuff yet to sell things. You know? When you've only got like one of each item, you probably shouldn't be. Like armor plating, I guess I can. Well, I'll sell that for 11 credits there. But you kind of get to a point where after a few missions we'll have a ton of stuff that we can sell. And like some of the stuff that I could buy right now is stuff we're just gonna find. So good. You're the best. I'm just kind of buying time until other people get here. Alright, so I guess in the meantime, I'll just like equip everybody. Like the people I'm going to take on missions, I'll equip them. So we can ignore those two. Alright, Garrus. What's up, Amy? We gotta get to the bottom of this discourse on Ashley. Oh yeah, you sent me Shenmue, and I didn't say thank you. Thank you. Shenmue 1 and 2. Morgan and I watched Brutal Moose play Shenmue and loved it, so I'll have to give it a try. Just go to the vending machines. Morgan, do you want to do that? Just me and you, just doing the vending machines for like an hour straight, or the whatever you call them, the quarter, you know. Ooh, this one again. I'm looking for some sailors. Yeah, I only... yeah, the capsule machines, yeah. I don't remember a lot of it because, like, Morgan was watching it a ton. And they were, like, 5-hour stream archives, so I would catch some of it. So I am excited because I don't know a lot of the story. So for now, we're just equipping everybody. And before we go out into the field again, and before I talk to anybody, I was saving that for the people who haven't seen this stuff, which is you. So here we go. I don't know if he uses a shotgun at all, but let's give him... We'll just give him armor-piercing rounds. That'll be helpful when we fight Geth. And some of these aren't worth putting on. Alright. Rex, I think he's mainly an assault rifle guy, I think, in the first game. Before he switches more to shotguns in later games. I think. It's hard to remember. We don't have any biotic amps yet. Which is weird. What is it? Amplifiers increase biotic abilities by synchronizing the element 0 nodes within the user's central nervous system. So it's okay. Because I always thought the biotic, they have like implants and the amp is literally an amplifier. That's why you can switch it. Makes sense? I don't even know what she uses. I didn't even realize they don't have submachine guns in the first game. Which makes sense because Morgan and I were was I watching that? Yeah, you were like running around doing stuff, but it was that guy that was like, why would there be submachine guns in space in the future? They would be obsolete. And it seems that they knew that in the first game, but anyway, let's talk. Oh, let's inspect the Mako and get some XP. Let's talk to Garrus.
Thanks for bringing me on
Get some
board.
backstory.
I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Let me know if you have any opinions on the sound, because I changed the, instead of changing it in Streamlabs, I changed the in-game sound, so gunfire is lower and dialogue is higher, so that'll be good.
Have you worked with a Spectre
I
before?
think.
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
I think, I don't know. I think with Garrus, you want him
For the
to,
most part, the rules are there for a reason.
he kind of comes around to your way of
Maybe.
thinking. It's a little
But
rough at
sometimes
first,
it feels
though.
like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it.
But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC. Either way, I plan to make the most of this.
I love how
Without
there's,
CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
it sounds even cooler on headphones that he's got like 2 layers to his voice.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to. I understand, Commander.
Oh, that makes me sad to hear him upset like that. Don't be upset, Garrus. I know that's not what you meant. I was just picking the Paragon options. Alright, let's talk to our buddy Rex Shepard.
Nice ship you got, Shepard.
Shepard.
What can I do for you?
Personal inquiry.
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
I feel like I tried this because I thought he would respect it once, but it made him mad.
You Krogan live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
Who would say big deal to that? Good lord.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
It's not.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
So
I suppose
what?
it isn't all the same.
Come on, man.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I was just making conversation. I wasn't trying to upset you.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one, and no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
Okay. Now, he was pretty hesitant at first to share anything. And then he did open up quite a bit, which is pretty impressive. So let's go ahead and say what our response to that is going to be. That warm, putting himself out there, out on a limb. Let's see how we respond to that.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Got it. Good stuff. Good stuff, Rex. Good job, Shepard. All right, time for the discourse to begin.
Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
You wish we'd been able to save the rest of your unit.
Yes, sir. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
Be more alert.
The Geth are perfect ambushers. They don't move, they don't make noise, they don't even breathe.
Sir, they have flashlight heads. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
All right, so we have to be careful not to romance this person, but
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duty squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Dismissed, Chief.
Sir.
I'm just picturing him actually trying to hit on her. And she's like, I'm actually busy. So he just tries to play it off. You're dismissed. Thank you. Fellas, when you're out there, take it from a pickup artist. If you're at the club, you know, sipping on some White Claws, and a girl rejects you, just say, yeah, you're dismissed. Don't do
Hey,
that.
Commander, you know that Quarian, Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll get rid of her.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I didn't.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You've got an eye for Tally, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on. Probably the fastest vessel ever designed. She's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
I feel like, as the former second in command, I should know this stuff already. That's just
What's
me.
so special about the Tantalus drive core?
I know.
It's about
First
twice
game
the
in a
size of
series.
Any other vessel. Not only are we faster, but we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
And what is FTL?
Fill me in on the IES stealth systems. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Why doesn't it work with faster than light travel?
Cranking up to FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
It's Overwatch's anniversary. God, I'm trying to remember when Alex bought that for me.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard.
What's wrong
I've
with
never
my
seen a
controller?
drive core like this
Keep just
before.
turning around.
I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype. Cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I feel like I can see way more of her face.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource.
Did
But
they
we
make
don't
her?
have anything
Did
like
they
this.
make her face
We
clearer?
make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try
I
to
don't
keep
remember
them
being
running
able to see
for
her
as long
nose.
as we
That's
can.
all I'm saying.
Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work.
Stock photo lady. Yeah, they just made a 3D model of stock photo lady.
Possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Yeah, they should have just did the Star Trek method and just made a 3D model of a humanoid and just like put some shit on her forehead, you know?
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranked military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power
Eat
to
shit,
overrule any
Shepard.
decision
Quarians
by the
rule.
Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity,
Eat shit.
we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew.
That
It's
should,
necessary to maintain
that should be an
genetic
emote.
diversity among
Just
them.
Tally's head and it says eat shit.
But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
I should have gotten
I
a
wanna talk about
Quarian helmet a
something
long time ago.
Like what?
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell
I
you
want to
anything
talk
you don't
about
already
something
know.
else. Like what?
It's been almost
I
3
should
centuries
go.
since they drove my people
That's what's
into
gonna happen
exile.
next.
All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
How come the Council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
So, the Geth share brain power?
They're the Borg
Geth's
Shepherd.
logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in the group, the smarter they are.
So there's some sort of group consciousness.
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
But I kind of get it. But I want to see what the hell.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it
I'm
does.
probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex creations. All you need to know is that they get smarter when they gather in large numbers.
You
As
dumbass.
we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose?
You pass
As
butter.
you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
What do you mean, why? I know why. I
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were
You don't?
created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
You can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
Yeah, this feels like taking a stand. I'm just gonna go ahead and
I should go.
See you later.
I want her to at least. We're cool, right? Okay, seriously, what is that? I run, I stop, I turn around. I run, I stop, and I turn around. Why? Is that my controller? That doesn't seem like it's a good thing. It's like the dead zone is like... mouse sense. I mean... it could just be a... What the fuck? That is very weird. I don't know. It could just be a, out of combat thing. This game is like school. Emote, but it says eat ship. Yeah, that's probably better. Yeah, I guess the cool thing is you can just completely ignore all of that. But we gotta get that lore.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming.
We're live,
with
Ian.
exotic adventure.
You missed
I wanted
some
to
lore,
travel
buddy.
the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
We'll do a
think
quick
you made the
rundown
wrong
of the
choice.
lore after this
Sometimes
conversation.
I think about opening a private practice back on Earth, or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
I should go.
That's a
night,
solid
Commander.
question. Is the Traverse just space, or is it... I feel like there's like different regions of the Milky Way galaxy, and I think the Traverse is like Alliance space, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, quick rundown of the lore. Tally is like a steampunk young adult on her pilgrimage to help her traveling flotilla, who has been exiled from her home planet by the Geth that her people created. Garrus was a cop, and he realized that all cops are bad, so he left. He didn't like doing things by the book. You know, he was a rogue. And Tally is a stock photo. Ashley wouldn't talk to us, but she's super racist. Rex has 4 testicles, and his people are sterilized, and they're slowly dying because only 1 in 1,000 babies survive. Okay. And Caden is boring. Let's talk to Caden.
Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
Hey, fine.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
This is my office. This is my office. It's mine. Where I sleep. Right here. I sleep in this bed. Right here. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I don't know why I did the rundown of the lore, because you already know the lore. Oh, we can still talk to Joker, though. Everybody needs to hear Joker's story. He's the Joker, baby. Alright, hi, Joker.
Commander, something.
Alright.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great.
His
I'm
body
the best
is
damn
not
helmsman
moving.
in the Alliance fleet.
His body is
Top
a
of my
picture.
class in flight school,
Right,
I earned that.
it's kind
All those
of moving?
commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
I'm sorry, Joker. I didn't even know you were sick.
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic, but I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
Tell me about your disease.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
You're dodging the question.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Oh, I'd hate that. Oh, that sucks. You should smile.
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy, even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
Goodbye.
I have to go.
All right, see ya.
I love that. Wait, where are we? We're still at the Citadel, aren't we? Okay, last bit of lore. Here we go.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about
There,
having
but
non-humans on
I always love that. He doesn't give a shit. You doubt my decisions.
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, sir, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
He got killed.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn. No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander, this won't be a problem.
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were at Elysium during the Skillian Blitz. A massive fleet of alien raiders hit the colony, trying to wipe it out. They had the numbers, but their ships were no match for an Alliance frigate. It was a slaughter. We couldn't even keep track of how many ships they lost.
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
Alright, cool. Anything in here I can look at? Alright. Let's do... Because I feel like the side quests, some of them, I might need to level up a little bit. So let's go get Liara first. Liara. Yeah, let's do that first. So there's a couple of side quests that you can just like talk your way out of, and I wanna upgrade that a little bit. Mail lady? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh yeah, gotta love the map screen. You got mail and shit. Oh, in Mass Effect 2, yeah. You get a male person. Yep. You can romance her. Hey, but that's a spoiler. It happens really fast too. Like Shepard's very unprofessional, if I recall. I don't think she exists in this game, unless I'm wrong. Could just be a similar character model too, you know. Normandy is the bone zone. It's not that kind of show.
Commander, I'm picking up a signal from the planet's surface. It looks like an automated distress beacon.
Okay, I guess this is where it is. We'll just look at the other planets first. We got some gas. Alright, let's go get Liara. Oh yeah, I was worried about those scenes. The romance scenes. So I looked up the TOS, and you just have to not be weird about it. Like, I think I can handle that. Add you to the squad, and add you to the squad. Let's take... Yeah, we're gonna need some firepower. Yeah, it's definitely good that you can't think of anything. Is this even the right planet? This might not even be the right planet, honestly. Maybe this isn't where Liara is. This could just be a random ass planet. Hey, the Mako handles a little better. I don't want to go straight to the distress signal because why would I? There's debris to be found. Oop, I think I took some damage there. I didn't consider that I would take damage from that. I probably should have brought Tally, so you might have to decrypt this. Nope, just gotta do this. Oh, that wasn't even the one on the map, was it? Huh. This is Mass Effect. This might be where I get screwed because of low technology. Yeah, electronics. Crap. Damn it! Should have brought Tally. I don't think it's worth me like going back to get Tally though. It's usually not that big of a deal. Exactly, yeah. And thanks to the new leveling system, I should get, like, maxed out pretty, like, at a decent pace. So it'll still be good to do as much as possible, but it's not going to be mandatory to do every single little thing. That's a person. Oh boy. Is that a person that I'm looking for? Oh, okay. This is the thing where it's like you just get the random like signs of battle. Yeah, okay, I remember that. That's one of them that I don't always do all of them. Cuz you just kind of find stuff. I don't even know where to look. I don't think you actually interact with any Solarians in the first game, do you? Oh, duh, yeah, you do. You don't have any, like, crew members that are Solarians, though. Whoa! That's a Thresher Maw. That is indeed Thresher Maw. Wow. Oh no. We're in trouble. Holy crap. Yeah, I honestly forgot that that would even be a thing. You know what I mean? I was like, oh yeah, I'll just go find I'll go find where it's coming from and it'll be no big deal. I legit got spooked by that. Up so I can kill you. He's like, I will run into you. How's he not dead? There we go. Oh, hello.
Alliance soldiers. Looks like they were lured here by the distress beacon.
Just like us. Well,
looks like these men were under Admiral Kahoku's command. He'd want to know what happened here.
Oh well. I mean, there's a mission done. That was that guy. Okay, well, we did that.
Got it.
Oops, that was the wrong button. And return to the Normandy. feel like it's the top left one, so I'm trying to do that one last. But if you do like main missions before you get here, she's like exhausted by the time you get there. Okay, so... Wait, did I say Tali or did I say Liara? It's Liara we're going for. We've already got Tali. She's on the Citadel. Alright. Let's take an electronics person this time. Hey, Liara's gonna be our girlfriend on this playthrough, so don't talk about my girlfriend. Alright? Oh, there's a stronghold here. Uh-oh. I'm probably accidentally doing another quest. Yeah, don't diss my fly girl like that. There we go. Wow. Ooh. That's pretty nice. Stronghold last. Stronghold will be last. Didn't mean to diss your girl like that. Maybe that's what it meant by don't be weird. Oh, I got a follower last time and I didn't even notice. So, Nerd077, if you are watching the VOD. Well then, I guess we're at the stronghold. I was trying to avoid the stronghold and do it last, but guess not. Just run him over. How is he not dying? How is no one dying? There we go. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was pathetic. Ugh. That was really bad. Like, I'm embarrassed by that. Honestly, the stuff we got here wasn't even that big a deal. So I'm gonna go to the anomaly first. Jesus Christ. That was so stupid. I guess I'm just, like, used to the screen turning red and, like, shrinking. So if that's not happening, I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. But I was not fine. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, it just kind of feels like I wasn't taking any damage until I was dead. But I guess I could have seen the red, like the tires were red on my little on the HUD there, so it didn't seem like anything that bad was happening. Oh, there it is. More writings. Okay. I almost didn't get that, by the way. Ooh, there's some secret stuff over here. So, hey, we're gonna just shoot the stronghold from afar. Like behind a rock or something, and just gotta keep backing up. Yeah, that's level terrain, definitely. Yeah, I can park my future car wherever I want it, even in front of certain death. Can you sample that too? Oh, I got him. Got him again. Yeah, this is the way to do it. Get right up on this little perch here and just... That might be too far away. Oh my god, I love seeing them go flying. That's so cool. Oh my god, look at him. I think we did it that time. That was a lot better. Alright, save quick, so we're not in combat. This is probably one of those missions I said I shouldn't do yet.
Enemy sighted.
pretty rough. Yeah, fall back to me, guys. You guys are a little too excited right now. Alright.
Patching you up.
Go, go, go!
There are so many. Man, just when I start to like go in, like another one comes in. See what we got in the inventory. No, not the main menu. Yeah, let's just change our armor in the middle of a fight. No, that armor is terrible. It's so bad. Who would wear that? I think I shot Tali, by the way. I'm pretty sure I shot her at point blank range.
Locked and loaded.
Go, Rex. Cool. That's an advanced tactic. Okay, there's definitely a med kit up there. Do something.
Go, go, go!
All right.
On me.
Cool. Oh, she's going crazy with biotics. My shotguns do nothing. Oh man, she's good. That'll do. Tali's awake now. Hi, Tali.
Minigel deployed.
Alright. Seriously, that's a thing I can get. Why can't I get it? Okay. Alright. Do. Shield battery 2. Yeah. I gotta quit pushing X. Alright, let's see. It's wild to me that there's no background music right now. Like, at all. Like, nothing ambient. Ah. Oh, come on. Oh, that sucks. You discover evidence that, yeah, there's stuff. Oh shit. Some politician is a slave trader and I don't remember who she is. Or her sister is. Can I at least open these? Oh, cool. I don't think I can wear heavy armor. But Rex can. Or he can't. Cool. Like, there's music now. Oh, now we can upgrade his armor. I think. There we go. I mean, it's only a little better. But I think it's the pink armor, so... Nope, it's not. Oh, well, that's fine. I don't think that... I don't know if her decryption skill affects my... I don't know. I'm not gonna run up there and find out, because it's just not worth it. It's not worth the disappointment of having to run back down. meat. Yep.
Commander, I'm picking up some strange readings. Really strange, like off the damn charts. It looks like it's coming from an underground complex a few clicks away from the drop zone.
Okay, I think we finally found Liara's dig site. So after this, remind me to go to that last system in the top left. So I want to try not to miss stuff. So we're actually doing a main quest now. Yeah. Oh, Ian. Apparently, like, how you used to, like, fail instantly if you went into that lava, and you don't anymore. It, like, does damage, but it's not an insta-fail. I don't want to test that, but, you know, that's where we are. Just shoot it. I could drive by, but I really want that XP now. Oh, there we go. That's a lot of XP, damn. We're playing, damn. Wow. That's a lot of stuff. It's a good thing we shot those things. I don't like all that red I'm seeing.
Only a fool punches a knapsack in the mouth. We should sneak around and pull its tail.
Ouch. Feels like two different games mashed together. Like an interactive novel and a shooter. I know, there's like a setting. It's weird, I think in the later games there's a setting for it to just pick dialogue options for you, which is kind of funny. Oh shit. That was scary. Ooh, assassin armor. I like the sound of that. No, it's so bad. I hate this ugly camo, but I just can't get rid of it. Yeah, I like it better in the next games where you can buy just specific types of armor. I mean, you can in this game too, but I just feel like there's not as many weird armor choices. Okay, I can only wear light. Let's see. So I gotta do assault training to get armor. Okay. That'll be next. We'll do assault, then armor. It's probably gonna be a Geth in here, so let's not F around here. Ah, man. I hit the button on the back of my controller again. I gotta disable those things somehow. Now that I don't have throw anymore. Let me just stand here in the open while you shoot the crap out of me. Yeah, I want better armor, so we gotta go. Gotta go with this. I mean, he put up his own shield, but at the same time, his own shield was garbage. It was like me playing Godfather game, is exactly what he was doing. Surely if I just stand here and continue to shoot and absorb these bullets. Yeah. By this point, he's got to be out of bullets. He doesn't have any more. He couldn't afford any more bullets. I'm saving. I know they said they fixed the save points, but Let's do this. That's how you do it, boys. Alright, let's see. Equipment. Oh, I'm loving all the stuff I'm getting now. Ooh, taking a beating there. Taking a beating. What do shock absorbers do? Nah. At least not right now. Alright, let's go.
En route.
Ow. Not cool, guys. Oh, it's boss time. What am I, Michael Cole when Sasha Banks is coming out? Alright. Oh man, I remember this being different. Usually when you get here, there's this like weird little cutscene where like a Geth armature comes out. Let's see if we can snipe. Let's see how good we are at sniping. Not very good. It's nice to be able to use a sniper though as an adept.
Regroup. Heading to position.
Shoot you in the knee. Okay, you overload and then you throw. Nice work.
All clear.
Whoa, hi. Right, I think we're gonna snipe again. That was pretty epic gaming maneuver right there. Oh god.
Rally round.
What just happened there? Can we get an explanation for that? Okay.
That's the last of them.
You know what? I probably should wear a helmet. Oh, she already has one. There we go. I forgot that in the second and third game they added the option for it to be on during combat and off during cutscenes. I think it actually does help with your defense, so thank you for pointing that out. Alright, this is where we get a big armature. So let me see what I've got on my shotgun here, or my assault rifle. Yeah. Definitely gonna need these. Save. I hate these things. Don't like them at all. Not one bit. Yeah, these are the things we were killing with the Mako earlier, and we don't have the Mako anymore, so that's what we're looking at right here. Guys, you need to take cover. You... Why? Why was she just standing there? This is not going well. Yeah, that didn't go well. Alright. What I need to... I'm going to turn on them using their powers, because it's clearly... It's not going well with them not using their powers. So... Okay. The first thing we gotta do is take out those... We gotta take out the stalkers. They're like the worst part. Oh, there's snipers too. God damn. I don't remember them ever getting this close. That's what's confusing me. Telly already dead. Telly's already dead. God damn! Good God. Give me that Metagel. Frick. Ah! Holy shit. Fuck. Okay. What's on this? Synthetics. I don't know what the hell Rex is doing. It's like my crew just isn't fighting. I don't get it. Just like, yeah, we're gonna sit this one out. Oh my god, that almost killed me. Oh, thank god I can level up. What? How are there more over there?
Powering up.
Just casually put my gun away. Oh my god. I should have unlocked Unity. Because Unity can revive Tally. I have Adrenaline. I thought Adrenaline Burst was only for soldiers. Interesting. Eat this.
Here it comes.
I love that he's only paying attention to Rex. That's super helpful for me. Oof. That was an ordeal. You awake? Sally? You good? Oh, we're still technically in combat, it looks like. She won't wake up until we kill this one last person. That got a little dicey. Man, that sure was something. How am I supposed to fight against that? Someone tell me how. No, this isn't the Rando planet. This is one of the main quests. Oh, thank God, meta jump.
Sterile white. Protheans sure build things homey.
Hello? Could somebody help me?
Hi.
Please?
How's it going?
Can you hear me out there? I'm trapped. I need help.
Are you okay? What happened to you?
Listen, this thing I'm in is a Prothean security device. I cannot move, so I need you to get me out of it, all right?
We just need to figure some way past this energy field.
It's a Prothean barrier curtain. I need it to keep me safe.
That is a good headcanon.
When I turned it on, I must have hit something I wasn't supposed to. I was trapped in here. You must get me out, please.
We'll find some way to help you.
There is a control in here that should deactivate this thing. You'll have to find some way past the barrier curtain. That's the tricky part. The defenses cannot be shut off from the outside. I don't know how you'll get in here. Be careful. There is a Krogan with the Geth.
We'll find some way to help you.
To get past the barrier.
Yeah, we'll get to it in a second. Yeah, even when I don't pick the mean responses, I still just come off unhelpful and lame. Oh, don't squat as you're doing throw, you dummy. Hey, don't say that about Ian. Ian's the protagonist of my adventure. Wow, you must be new at this school. I haven't seen you around. Oh, God. That reminds me of like, God, I don't know if it was like one of the E-Feds I was in, or if it was just like, I think it might have been like a Resident Evil like RP thing or something, and people were, I don't know if I was in it, I was just kind of like reading, and people were like making their OCs and whatever. It was like, I have long purple hair and silver eyes like that, and it was like, I'm 6'7", 190 pounds. You know, it's like you will break in half. All right, let's see. Ooh, heatsink. Ha, 69. How is this any better? This is not any better than the other one. It's worse in almost every way except accuracy. And it's only better by a little bit. Okay, so junk. How do I classify stuff as junk? That's what I need to figure out. Okay, shotgun should be a little better now. Six, 8, 150 pounds. Oh yeah, baby. I'm gonna dominate. I do remember, I think I wrote a match for for that E-Fed, and I was really proud of it because I wrote in a boo yay. I was super proud of it. Official Marvel guide for the comic book constantly does stuff like 5'11", 110 pounds. Oh my god. What the hell is this? Oh. Oh, it's just a visual representation of the Simon Says that I've always played. Or it's not Simon Says, like, it looks like Simon, but it's not really like that because it doesn't tell you what to do first. Alright, guys, don't die, okay? Just where's Tally? Alright. Oh, she's over here. I'll find some way to get you out.
How did you get in here? I didn't think there was any way past the barrier.
Yep.
We blasted through with the mining laser.
Come on.
Of course.
Like,
yes, that makes
he
sense.
should really say,
Please,
just say
get me out of here
superior
before more
firepower
death
there.
That button over there should shut
Like,
down
really?
this containment.
We blasted through with the mining laser. That's
Not so
not
fast,
Renegade,
Shepard.
dude.
You sure she's on our side? Her mother's working with Saren.
I am not my mother. I don't know why Benezia joined Saren. I don't want anything to do with that Turian bastard.
If she was with Saren, the Geth wouldn't be trying to kill her.
Command Dork Shepherd. Nice.
Any idea how we get out of this place?
There is an elevator back in the center of the tower. At least I think it's an elevator. It should take us out of here. Come on.
60 triple D.
I still cannot believe all this. Why would the Geth come after me? Do you think Benezia's involved?
Saren's looking for the conduit. You're a Prothean expert. He probably wants you to help him find it.
The conduit, but I don't know.
What the hell was that?
These ruins are not stable.
That mining laser must have triggered a seismic event.
It's fine.
We have to hurry. The whole place is caving in.
Let's see.
Joker, get the Normandy airborne and lock in on my signal. On the double, mister.
Aye, aye, Commander. Secure and away. ETA 8 minutes.
He needs to move faster.
If I die in here, I'll kill him.
I never know how to stand on an elevator, you know? You just died laughing? I'm sorry. Was it my fault?
Surrender. Or don't. That would be more fun.
In case you didn't notice, this place is falling apart.
Exhilarating, isn't it? Thanks for getting rid of those energy fields for us. Hand the doctor over.
Whatever it is you want, you are not getting it from me.
We don't have time to deal with this idiot. Charge!
Charge!
I like your attitude.
Alright, this... No, run. Holy frick. My god. I just got just absolutely wrecked. Yeah, probably a good thing that I have them using their powers. That was just getting too much to manage. Alright, let's see. Would be nice to have overload right now, though. Fuck. Oh, I'm gonna die. Let's see. I have no metagel. Health doesn't regenerate. All I've got is my shield. Where are they shooting from? Oh, right there. Right in front of me. Yeah. Oh my god. Slava Kozlov? Think we traded him to Atlanta.
The Asari if you can. No, doesn't matter.
Just stuck. He's just stuck. I like how everybody's stuck here. I'm totally cool with that. I'll use sabotage on him. And AI hacking on him. And we'll miss. Oh, fuck.
Help here.
Really? Now he decides to start shooting his rockets? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. When Krogans die, they don't really die. They regenerate. With their last bit of health, they charge. Sweating my ass off here. I don't know why that guy's frozen there. He's got like 1,000,000 health. Okay. Probably get the sniper first. He at least started out as a Thrasher, didn't he? Oh god, Kovalchuk too. Yeah, the jets are connected to the Thrashers, but not to the old jets, because those are the Coyotes. Yeah, that's fun. That's a fun time. Everybody loves that.
Too close, Commander. 10 more seconds, we would have been swimming in molten sulfur. The Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding volcanoes. They tend to fry our sensors and melt our hull. Just for future reference.
We almost died out there, and your pilot is making jokes?
He's a jerk.
Joker pulled our asses out of there. I think he's earned the right to a few bad jokes.
I see. It must be a human thing. I don't have a lot of experience dealing with your species, Commander. But I am grateful to you. You saved my life back there, and not just from the volcano. Those Geth would have killed me or dragged me
This is where
off
the
to
ladies
Saren.
get catty, by the
What
way.
did Saren want with you? Do you know something about the conduit?
Only that it was somehow connected to the Prothean extinction. That is
So
my real
watch
area of
out.
expertise. I have spent the past 50 years trying to figure out what happened to them.
Let's not talk about her age.
I've got my own theory on why the Protheans disappeared.
With all due respect, Commander, I have heard every theory out there. The problem is finding evidence to support them. The Protheans left remarkably little behind. It is almost
What's
as
funny
if
about
someone
this?
did not want the mystery solved. It is like someone came along after the Protheans were gone and cleansed the galaxy of clues. But here is the incredible part. According to my findings, the Protheans
I'm just
were
a
not
guy,
the first galactic
just a bro,
civilization to
hanging out.
mysteriously vanish. This cycle began long before them.
If the Protheans weren't the first, then who was?
I don't know. There is barely any evidence on the Protheans, even less on those who came before them. I cannot prove my theory, but I know I am right. The galaxy is built on a cycle of extinction. Each time a great civilization rises up, it is suddenly and violently cast down. Only ruins survive. The Protheans rose up from a single world until their empire spanned the entire galaxy. Yet even they climbed to the top on the remains of those who came before. Their greatest achievements, the mass relays and the Citadel, are based on the technology of those who came before them. And then, like all the other forgotten civilizations throughout galactic history, the Protheans disappeared. I have dedicated my life to figuring out why.
They were wiped out by a race of sentient machines. The Reapers.
The Reapers? But I have never heard of... How do you know this? What evidence do you have?
There was a damaged Prothean beacon on Eden Prime. It burned a vision into my brain. I'm still trying to sort out what it all means.
Visions. Yes, that makes sense. The beacons were designed to transmit information directly into the mind of the
Yeah, it's very
user.
weird. It's like a
Finding
bad
what
makeup
still
job when you
works
don't
is
blend
extremely
correctly.
rare.
It's just like...
No wonder the Geth attacked Eden Prime. The chance to acquire a working beacon, even a badly damaged one, is worth almost any risk. But the beacons were only programmed to interact with Prothean physiology. Whatever information you received would have been confused, unclear. I am amazed you were able to make sense of it at all. A lesser mind would have been utterly destroyed by the process. You must be remarkably strong-willed, Commander.
Okay, this isn't helping us find Saren or the conduit.
Of course, you are right. I am sorry, my scientific curiosity got the better of me. Unfortunately, I do not have any information that could help you find the conduit, or Saren.
So what good are you?
I don't know why Saren wanted you out of the picture, but I think we'll be a lot better off if we bring you along.
Thank you, Commander. Saren might come after me again. I cannot think of anywhere safer than here on your ship. And my knowledge of the Protheans might be useful later on.
And her biotics will come in handy when the fighting starts.
Good to have you on the team, Liara.
Thank you, Commander. I am very grateful. Oh, I am afraid I am feeling a bit lightheaded.
When was the last time you ate or slept? Dr. Chakwa should take a look at you.
It is probably just mental exhaustion, coupled with the shock of discovering the Protheans' true fate. I need some time to process all this. Still, it could not hurt to be examined by a medical professional. It will give me the chance to think things over. Are we finished here, Commander?
We can talk again after you've seen the doctor. The rest of you, dismissed.
Mission reports are filed, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
We've received your report, Commander. I understand Dr. Tassoni is on the Normandy.
I assume you're taking the necessary security precautions.
Liara's on our side. The Geth were trying to kill her.
Benezia would never allow Saren to kill her daughter.
Maybe she doesn't know.
Or maybe we don't know her. We never expected she could become a traitor.
At least the mission was a success.
Apart from the utter destruction of a major Prothean ruin. Was that really necessary, Shepard?
It was?
We almost died in there. The Geth were everywhere.
Of course, Commander. The mission must always take priority.
Good luck, Commander. Remember, we are all counting on you.
I'm saving my disconnect. Don't worry. I'm saving the disconnect. And I didn't know what the middle response was, because I'm always like, well, you know. Let's see. Ooh, I can inspect more things. Thank you. All right, let's go talk to our new friend. Where's our new friend? We gotta go down the stairs. Or the Simpsons sound when the car speeds away. That's a good one too. Now, I might still go to that planet. We're gonna talk to our new friend first. We have to keep talking to her so she'll be our girlfriend.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
You look much better.
We have to be
How
a
are you
nice guy.
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
Speaking of which... Oh, wait.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from
You can
the death,
actually do
Commander.
a thing.
If you hadn't shown up,
I'm just glad we got there in time.
Listen, hold on.
so am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the
Yeah.
way your crew looks at me. They do not
No,
trust me.
you can't.
I
But
am
you
not
can
like
romance
Venezia.
like both of
I will
them.
do whatever I can to help you
And I
stop
think
Saren.
you sleep with
I
both of
promise.
them, and they find out. Something like that, and then they're like, "You need to choose between us," and you go, and you can say, "Can I have both?" And then like, you can still.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you.
Then you can
I
just
know you
still
won't let me
romance
down.
one of them, like they
It
just
means a
forgive
lot to
you
hear say
immediately.
that, Commander.
But
Thank you.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
Sounds dangerous.
yeah, they both find out you're playing them.
Lonely.
Sometimes I would run afoul of indigenous life forms or stumble across a small band of mercenaries or privateers, but I was always careful. Until the Geth followed me to Artemis Tau, I never found myself in any situation my biotics could not handle. As for the solitude, well, that is one aspect that most appealed to me.
Oh.
Sometimes I just need to get away from other people.
You don't like other people?
I suppose it comes from being a matriarch's daughter.
Do you like
People expected me
me?
to follow in Benezia's footsteps. They wanted me to become a leader of our people. Matriarchs guide their followers into the future. They seek the truth of what is yet to come. Maybe that's why I became so interested in the secrets of the past.
Yeah, she's
It
the
sounds so
best.
foolish when I say
She
it out
hates
loud.
people.
It sounds like I became an archaeologist simply to spite Benezia.
All children rebel against their parents. It's a natural part of growing up.
She's like 100 years older
You
than me,
share
and
the
I'm
wisdom
like,
of the
hey,
matriarch,
I
Shepard.
know everything.
That is exactly what Benezia said when I told her of my decision. But there was more to it than that. I felt drawn to the past. The Protheans were these wondrous, mysterious figures. I wanted to know everything about them. That is why I find you so fascinating. You were marked by the beacon on Eden Prime. You were touched by working Prothean technology.
Don't try to study me.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool.
Then she drops her papers everywhere.
Field with data disks and computers.
We have to get,
I
we both
always
get
seem
down
to
and
say
start picking
something
them up.
embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
Oh, my papers.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council.
Yeah, and then there should be a scene where I take her glasses off, and I like let down her tentacles.
My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
That's disgusting.
I don't understand. Your species can mate with.
Oh, hey, Morgan, how's
Mating
it
is
going?
not quite the proper term. Not as you
I'm-
understand.
this
it.
is-
Physical contact may or may
Hi.
not be involved, but it is not an essential element.
Yeah,
of the
that's a good point.
The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We
Well,
share
they
the
still
most
had to
basic
appeal to the
elements of
kids,
their
right?
individual and
Wait,
racial
no,
identities.
not the kids. The horny
We then pass
teenagers.
these traits onto our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as
Yeah, I
her
was just gonna say that too.
rarely spoke
They
of
say
her.
daughters and mothers
Though I know
and
my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
I thought you always needed another species to serve as one of the parents.
Think about it, Shepard. If we were not able to mate with our own
It's funny, she
species,
said parent
we would have
before,
died out
too.
long before we ever mastered spaceflight and left our homeworld. Union with our own
yeah,
kind
it's
is
strange
no
because they
longer
didn't say
constant.
she didn't say
Not for the
agender.
purposes
She
of
said like
reproduction.
monogender.
Most
I don't
Asari
know.
believe
I don't
it
know if
weakens our
that's even a
species.
thing or if that would
Asari
make a
daughters
difference.
inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a
Right,
pure
they invented they in
No Asari would ever be
2021.
cruel enough to say the word to my face.
People are freaking
It is a
out about
great
it.
insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
Maybe she wanted to meet you but couldn't. Something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure. Benezia never spoke of her partner.
Or says like,
Whatever
no, but where are
happened,
you
it was
really
too much
from?
pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run. At least I hope so.
This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any
This
sense to me.
hurts you,
I have
Shepard.
not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her, and this was not like her. Something changed.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Bye. Alright, let's see what Ashley thinks of all of this. Talk to Ashley. All right.
Commander, you have a minute to talk.
Oh, now you want to talk. Should I just nip it in the bud right now?
I keep an open door policy. If you have any concerns, lay them on me.
All right. I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm concerned about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
Don't mince words, Chief. What's your concern?
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
I'm not going to skip straight to this, because I did just say I keep an open door policy. You know what I mean? I feel like it'd be, like, ridiculous.
You don't trust the Alliance's allies?
She's gonna be she's gonna do a PragerU video. Why I left the left. Why I left the Alliance.
Humanity. Have to learn to rely on ourselves.
Standing up for ourselves doesn't mean standing alone.
I don't think we should turn down allies. I just think we shouldn't bet everything on them staying allies. As noble as the council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
You've got a pessimistic view of the universe, Williams.
A pessimist is what an optimist calls a realist. Look, if you're fighting a bear and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run, you'll do it. As much as you love your dog, it isn't human. It's not racism, not really. Members of their species will always be more important to them than humans are.
It'd be funny if it was like... Never mind, I'm not gonna say that.
These seem like deeply held beliefs, Williams. What made you think this way?
My family's defended the Alliance since it was founded. My father, grandfather, great-grandmother, they all picked up a rifle and swore the oath of service. I guess we just tend to think of Earth's interests as our own.
Shut up.
I never knew my family. Grew up an orphan on Earth. Anybody in your family I'd have heard of?
Couldn't say, Commander. So why are you out here? Just trying to get away from Earth?
No. The future of humanity is out here. There's so much we haven't seen yet.
Yeah. I still remember my first field exercise on Titan.
Both sides
When we hit
shepherd.
mud, the reality hit me. I'm the first person who ever stood here. Then my drill instructor kicked me in the ass. I went face first into the muck. He spent the next 5 minutes chewing me out for gold bricking.
Don't tell me you had Gunny Ellison. He's the only one I know who uses that word to describe shirking duty.
Oh lord, you went to the Makapog boot camp too? Yeah, Gunny Ellison's still reaming out recruits down there.
I don't think I've seen this dialogue before.
Like inveigle and pusillanimous.
Just shut up. Which one did I do? Did I do military family or did I do service? Which one did I do? They whitewashed her? Oh my god! Wait.
It doesn't sound like you've worked with aliens before.
It's weird I was gonna say, even her character model looks lighter than it was in the first game, like the original game. Like it could have just been the lighting of the first game, but her skin was a lot darker in the first game.
That's odd. Your record is spotless and your technical scores are exemplary. You should be serving with the fleet.
Anyway, that's why I haven't served with many aliens, Commander.
I'll understand. No, I'll understand her feelings for now, so we can get.
All right, I can see.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, she's a speciesist, right?
Mission. You're going to have to work with aliens, like it or not.
It won't be a problem, Commander. You say jump, I say how high. You tell me to kiss a Turian, I'll ask which cheek.
Who in their right mind would say this? Your commanding officer just goes, yeah, what about me though? Would you kiss me? Person under my command, would you kiss me?
I don't think kissing Turians will be necessary.
You never know, Commander.
We'll talk later, Williams.
Looking forward to it, sir.
Oh yeah, she definitely wants to kiss the Turian's cheeks.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
I can actually afford stuff now. Stuff that I don't need, but... You want me to kiss that Turian over there? Oh yeah, we can equip medium armor now, baby. What do we got? I mean, it's a little... I didn't transfer. Oh no. Oh yeah, we're going pink Power Ranger for sure. Ooh, first aid interface. Definitely the first aid interface. Oh no, I violated the Mass Effect TOS. That's even worse. Oh my god. I'm gonna talk to Rex quick.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good? He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't
I knew Saren.
He showed his face once.
I don't think we're ever gonna find him.
Took out this massive cargo freighter.
Shut up. No spoilers. Ian?
I was on board checking bodies and valuables. Looking for some extra credits.
Ashley said you're kind of cute, Rex.
What did Saren want with the ship?
No.
I don't know what he wanted.
There will be no spoilers tonight.
A couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out.
You saved the galaxy. It's a spoiler.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
But yeah, no. The answer is no, Ian.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know.
I was not actually upset at you.
All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
Did I?
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
Spaced out there.
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it.
No, you gotta write 20,000 essays.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
So long, Rex.
See you, Rex.
Shepard.
Commander, how are you?
Why did you want to be a C-Sec officer in the first place?
That's a good question. There were several reasons, I guess.
Like what?
I'm just that annoying guy. Whoa, hey, what?
Justice,
Tell me more.
help people. I guess my father had something to do with it too. He was CSEC, one of the best. I grew up hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the vids after a big arrest. He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
That's tough. But you'd think he'd be impressed you're going after Saren.
My father's a CSEC man to the bone. Do things right or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger.
My manager kind of did that to me the other day. He was like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Good." And he's like, and he just stops and he like looks at me. He goes, "No, like, how are you doing for real?" And I just like almost started crying.
Training, but my father didn't like it. He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
I suppose I can understand his concern.
You can. But Saren's not going to play by our rules, CSEC's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
Just because you can break the rules doesn't mean you should. I don't need to stoop to Saren's level to stop him. And neither do you, Garrus.
I see what you mean, but I'll think about it. Thanks, Commander.
Shepard.
Like I need this.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth, it feels like we're not even moving, and the engines are so quiet.
Can I have sex with you?
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is
I know she's a potential partner too, because I can't sleep without white noise also, so.
I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait.
Maybe I could say you.
I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here,
she doesn't show romantic interest to you until the second game.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have until it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them. But maybe they just wanted a different life.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually. But we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
I should go.
See you later.
Yeah, I should go. It's just like, well... time for me to be hitting the old dusty trail. Yeah, Ian, I was talking about that earlier. I feel like you can see more of her face in the remaster. Yeah, I've started saying hanging in there, which seems super lame. How you doing? No, just hanging in there. I don't say live in the dream, because that's just obviously not true. Alright, let's go to that one more, that last system in the top left. Asteroid X-57. What the hell is that? What is Asteroid X? I think that must be a side mission. That's a good point. It's probably the one right after that. Alright, I'm gonna go to the Citadel and turn in those quests and then probably call it a night. Because I have an early appointment. It's a very important meeting. People are coming to get my fridge. I know they're gonna be here early. Salute me. Thank you. Disposal people. The electric company. Let's take Tali and Liara. My two very best friends who I'm not being a creepy manager toward.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Okay. Liara, you have the ugliest armor I've ever seen in my entire life. And it doesn't even do anything. Much better? Okay.
Rear Admiral Mihailovic, 5th Fleet.
Commander Shepard, SSV Normandy.
You don't know who I am, do you, Commander? I command the 63rd Scout Flotilla. You and the Normandy were slated for my unit after shakedown. Then the Council got their paws, claws, tentacles, whatever. They got them on our ship, and you.
I still serve the Alliance, sir. As a Spectre, I can advance our interests to the Council.
You still know what color your blood is, Shepard? I don't begrudge the politician's decision to throw you to the Council. It's an opportunity. I do begrudge this over-designed piece of tin, though.
The Normandy is a fine ship, sir. She's served us well so far.
It's a gimmick, Commander. Useless in a stand-up fight. This experiment diverted billions
What's this dude's problem?
appropriations bills. For the same price, we could have had a heavy cruiser. But no, we had to make nice to the Turians, throw money at a co-developed boondoggle. I'm here to make an inspection, Commander. Normandy is an Alliance warship. I intend to see she's up to snuff.
Oh, I want to tell this guy to fuck off. I really want to tell him to fuck off. But
we'd be honored to show her to you, Admiral.
I'll just bet. Wait here. I won't be long.
What a prick.
Commander, I'm not happy.
What did you find out of order?
Who designed that CIC? Putting the commander aft of everyone else is inefficient. What if he needs to discuss with the operators toward the bow?
Modified Turian style. They prefer commanders looking over their subordinates rather than in the middle of them. We wanted to see how effectively they can command with that setup.
Reasonable goal, but they should have studied that in a lab rather than on a frontline warship. I had to shake my head at that drive core of yours. 120 billion credits of element 0 to make this thing able to move without giving itself away. You realize we could make drive cores for 12,000 fighters with that money? What good is it to hide for a few hours anyway? Useless.
We can loiter in an enemy system and monitor traffic, or drop infiltration teams on enemy worlds. Normandy can be more effective than the Solarian STG.
Maybe. But that's not the job of a proper warship. We're supposed to find and kill the enemy fleet, not count how many times their garrison goes to the bathroom. And we need to talk about your crew, Commander. Krogan? Asari? Turians? What are you thinking, Commander? You can't allow alien nationals free access to Alliance equipment?
Oh, I wanted this one. Oh, that sucks. I wanted that one for the last one. Shit. It's probably because I chose the Paragon options before.
Treating other species with suspicion and distrust won't win hearts and minds.
That assumes the hearts and minds are worth winning. That hasn't been proven yet. You have anything else to say, Commander? Any other justification for the state of this vessel?
Come on. That's not fair.
None, sir.
Very well. I don't agree with any of this, but your reasons seem sound. I'll be submitting a report to the Joint Military Council. It will not be as negative as I planned. Good hunting, Commander Shepard. Make us proud.
Nah, reloading the save won't do much. It's fine, whatever. Fuck that guy. Inspect. And inspect. I can just inspect the whole frickin' ship. Okay. Oh, there's a keeper. I already got that guy. Alright, let's take off our dumb helmet. How do I take off my helmet? How do I take off my helmet? How do I... Oh, I probably can only do that in battle. Yup. That sounds like it. Okay. That's fine. Alright.
Tally.
It's kind of funny because, like, I can't even... Well, let me do this first. Oh yeah, Singularity is way more important. I don't know why I didn't upgrade that first. Like, when you deploy Singularity, it's like enemies just float around it and they can't do anything.
Are the Quarians concerned that the return of the Geth will lead to more anger against your people?
The Geth killed billions and forced us from our homeworld. Most Quarians believe we have paid properly for our mistake.
I hope the other races view matters in the same light.
Yeah, that's enough out of you two. Okay. Oh, this is the woman that we can punch in the face. Oh, man. Let's see. Hold on. Squad. Yeah, my Charm and Intimidate, I can't even upgrade it anymore.
Khalisah been seen in Al-Jalani, Westerland News.
I'm not going to punch her,
Would you answer
though.
a few
It's
questions
weird.
for our viewers?
What do you want to know?
You've been given a unique position to represent our race. People want to get a sense of how you'll do that. Humans have been trying to get the respect of the galactic community for 26 years. With that in mind, what are your feelings on being the first human Spectre?
The Spectres represent the best of every species in the galaxy. To be asked to join them is an honor.
Some have said your appointment is the Citadel throwing humans a bone. Have you encountered any situations where the Citadel asked you to place its needs before the needs of Earth?
The Council is concerned with the needs of the whole galactic community.
I'm probably
We're part
not
of
going
that
to be able
community
to
now. Our
do
needs are
these
on their
correctly
agenda, but we're
either.
one of many.
You really do believe that, don't you? You've been given command of an advanced human warship for your missions. Is there anything you'd like to say about it?
I probably shouldn't.
Actually, the Normandy was co-developed by human and Turian engineers. Its design incorporates many innovations, all of which are classified, I'm afraid.
So the Turians have knowledge of the Normandy that is being kept secret from the Alliance public? Do you think it was appropriate to hand Earth's most advanced warship over to the Citadel?
I wasn't aware it had been handed over to anyone. I'm in command, and last I checked, I'm human. Same goes for my crew.
Human, yes, but you do work for the Citadel now, Commander. One last question, Commander. Rumors back home say you're tracking a rogue Spectre named Saren. Do you have any comment on that?
Yeah, I'm just gonna... Yeah, we're We got... No. These... No, I would not say these things. This interview's over.
Hold on. It's pretty clear you have an agenda here. I'm not going to be part of it. Excuse me.
You can't just walk away, Commander. The public has a right to know. Isn't it true you're just a shill for the Council?
A shill for the Council. Get the hell out of here, lady. Part of me was like, they don't need to know what my mission is. But, I mean, they kind of have a point. But at the same time, yeah, I don't know. Who knows? It's a secret mission in uncharted space.
No, Commander, any word on my missing men?
They're dead.
I'm not sure how to tell you this, Admiral. Your men were killed by a Thresher Maw.
A Thresher Maw? That's not... My men wouldn't just stumble into a Thresher nest. Not the entire unit.
Somebody lured them there with an Alliance distress beacon. Placed it perfectly so they'd land right beside the Thresher nest.
Damn it. I had a bad feeling about this ever since my team disappeared. An Alliance beacon used as bait, my unit wiped out, and nobody seems to know anything about it. Commander, I appreciate what you did. Now I need to do my part. The families of those Marines deserve to know why they died.
Anything you need from me?
Not right now, Shepard, but I'll let you know as soon as I find something out.
Alright, where do we need to turn in the next one? Yes, that. Embassy Lounge. Where is this person? Okay, I'm going the right way.
I know you. You're Commander Shepard, the human Spectre. Is there something I can do for you?
You're Nassana, right? I ran into your sister, Dahlia. It didn't end well.
What? Are you saying she's...
Dahlia's dead, Nassana, and I know she was blackmailing you.
And I was all set to try to manipulate you into hunting her down for me. But I guess that won't be necessary now, will it?
You wanted your sister dead?
If people found out my sister was a criminal, I'd be considered a security risk. They'd revoke my clearance, or place me on administrative leave until she was apprehended. I shall transfer a little something into your account as a token of my appreciation. I'm sure you'll find the amount satisfactory.
You're a diplomat on her way up the ranks. It could be handy to have a Spectre who owes you a favor.
You make a good point. Anyone can come up with credits, but I can give you authorization to purchase prototype Asari mods. I will get you added to our manufacturer's preferred client list. I think you'd be very interested in what they have available. Goodbye, Shepard. It has been a pleasure doing business with you.
That feels illegal.
Thank you for all your help, Shepard.
place seems strange. Wish there were more humans around.
Oh, she doesn't like the look of Shepard coming at her. Okay. I'm just gonna go over here. I'm just gonna load. Okay. I'll go over here quick, do the rounds, see if there's something else I can do, and then I'm gonna call it a night. As I said like 20 minutes ago. Oh. Thanks, buddy. It's fun hanging out with you guys too. I want to play this game more, but I don't have, you know what I mean? I want to set aside more time to do this, but it always seems to work out differently. I'm shooting for Friday though. Should have a good amount of time on Friday. Get some more progress going, you know?
Greetings, Earth Clan. How can this humble servant be of use to you?
I guess not.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Aha.
I'm telling you, this is not what Jake would want.
Shit.
I don't care what you think, Michael. It's my decision.
Fridge removal stream tomorrow
you're hurting
morning.
Rebecca, but don't let your grief hurt your baby too.
Can I help you with anything?
Perhaps you can talk some sense into her.
I don't need anyone to talk sense into me, Michael. I'm not undergoing the treatments.
My sister-in-law here is pregnant, and she's refused to let the baby undergo gene therapy in utero.
I'm certain that she has a good reason. I'd like to hear both sides.
We
My
got
husband
one.
Jacob
We got a
died
new
from
one.
rare
We
heart
just
condition several months ago.
There's a chance that the baby could develop
left
the same
it plugged in
because
because they gotta like know it's running, or they won't take it. So they're just gonna
A very
come get it in the
small
morning.
chance, Michael.
Unboxing
And
video.
extranet reports say
Oh, it's
that
already
therapy could harm
installed.
the child.
It's less dangerous than the genetic enhancements that every soldier in the Alliance receives.
What are the chances that your child will develop the heart condition?
According to the doctors, there's a 1 in 50 chance. And if my baby develops the condition, medical treatments are available.
Which are nowhere near as effective as simply getting the gene therapy.
What are the chances that gene therapy could hurt the baby?
1 in 300 at most.
But extranet articles say there could still be long-term complications.
I
we
don't believe
know
everything
about.
you read on the extranet.
Don't you understand? If my baby is that 1 in 300, I will always wonder if I killed my baby for nothing.
Do I really believe I need to make a choice here? Does this have anything to do with me?
It's Rebecca's child, Michael. I think you should honor her decision.
Damn it, she's not choosing. She's acting blindly out of grief.
Oh, there we go.
I know you want the best for your brother's child, but this isn't your decision.
Of course it is. I'm the closest thing to a father this baby is going to have.
It's not your baby.
Then support the baby's mother. Stand with her when she makes tough decisions.
This baby is the only thing my brother... It's all I have left of him. I need to know that the baby's safe.
It's all I have left too, Michael.
I just want Jacob's child to be safe. I want to give him that much.
He pulls out a
We
gun.
will. I promise. Thank you for talking with us. I appreciate it.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, we had the same thought, didn't we? Apparently that counted as a mission. Alright. Yeah, that's why I came over here, is because I thought there was one more mission over here. Yeah, I don't know why that had anything to do with me. Just because I'm a Spectre, or just because I'm the... Oh, I'll just pull out my gun now. Alright. Alright, cool. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. This was super fun. You are the best around. So just remember that. And I'll see you next time. And before I go... Yeah, baby. Ah, there we go. Great minds think alike. Alright, bye.